Hi beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be testing, no I'm not going to be testing, I'm just going to be using some new makeup that I have purchased recently. So a whole bunch of different stuff. I kind of wanted to incorporate maybe like a Christmas look in this as well, something quite simple, nothing too dramatic. So yes, if you are new to my channel then consider subscribing if you enjoy anything beauty related. I do a whole bunch of different stuff, so go and check that out if you would like, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much for being here as always, and let's just get on into the video. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with today is I have bought the Quarterly, this is like a grape water spray. This is it can be used for skincare, it can be used to prime. It just says on the back that it's great for sensitive skin, preservative free, fragrance free, and no need to blot after spraying. So what I've been doing is I have been doing my skincare and then spraying this after, or I have just been spraying this on before my makeup application. So this cost me like £4.90 I believe, because it was in the Black Friday sale, but I'm sure this is only like £6, like this spray, so really affordable. So what I tend to do first is just give my face a little bit of a spritz, and it's just, I feel it's really hydrating, like almost instantly. And it says that it soothes and moisturizes, so perfect for dry skin, and especially for like the winter time as well. So the next thing that I have, now I was going to do my eyes first and then do my base, but I kind of feel like I'm just going to do my base first. Now I don't have a full face of makeup, I just have a few new products, and I just wanted to kind of like show you what they've been like, because I've been loving them recently and just using them as an everyday. Mainly like the spray and the setting spray that I have, and then also the foundation as well. So the foundation I have is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation, and this is really good for really dry skin as well. I feel like it applies really nicely. The one thing I will say about this though is that this is the lightest shade I believe, and obviously you can see like I am super pale. So that is definitely one thing I will say about it. It's quite dark, but what I've been doing is I've just been slightly mixing it with the Cover FX foundation, just because this is really pale. And they both just give a really nice finish. So what I've been doing as well is I've been using the LA Girl stippling brush just to sort of like buff this into skin. But yeah, I feel like Christmas time this time around anyway, I feel like I'm really organised with everything, but I still feel like slightly rushed. Like I wanted to get way more Christmas videos up, and it just hasn't worked out that way, because I just haven't had time to sit down and just do a load of videos that I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm kind of like a little bit behind on videos and stuff like that. I wanted to do some more curly girl method videos as well, but I haven't had time to do that. Obviously you can see my hair today is pretty much just like meh, like I've just left it and haven't really washed it or done a whole lot to it, because I just don't have the time at the moment. But I feel like I need to do a video on the pros and cons to the curly girl method, because even though it's really good for your hair, it's so time consuming, I feel anyway, and it's I don't know, I feel like you have way more bad hair days than good, because you spend all that time on it the night before, and then you basically wake up in the morning and it is an absolute mess. So there's definitely pros and cons to it, so I feel like I should do that video at some point. I'm also going to be doing a video on my fringe, or cutting my fringe / bangs, because one of my friends on here basically said to well, she said that she liked my fringe, so I've always cut my own fringe and I need to do it again, to be fair, so it was like perfect timing. So I will probably do a video on that. I won't say that I'm like perfect at it, but I have always cut my own fringe, so I know a little bit about it. My mum, or my nan was a hairdresser, and then my mum was just like really good at cutting hair and always cut our hair when we were young, so I've picked up a few tips and stuff, but I'm in no way like perfect at it. So I'll do that and hopefully that will work out. If it doesn't, then it'll be funny, and if it does, then it'll be informative, so we will see. This is the foundation, so I feel like it is just very hydrating. It's easy to blend out, it's really affordable as well. I'm sure that foundation was like, I'm sure it's usually like £7 or something like that, and I got it in the Black Friday sale and it was like £5, so really affordable. Okay, so this next thing that I picked up, this is a new product. So this is the Pixi by Petra Natural Contour Powder. Now I really wanted this because I've got such pale skin, I wanted a contour that looked natural. More of a cool toned brown. If I use warm browns and stuff, it just looks more like a bronzer. So yeah, I wanted to get a more neutral and cool toned brown to, you know, use as a contour. So this is the shade, so it looks a lot more warm tone. I guess it looks a little bit cool toned there, but this is a perfect colour. However, I have been really struggling to use this. I don't know whether I'm using too much of it or using too little of it or using the right brush. I'm not sure. I usually go in with this type of brush. I could probably use a smaller one, and I literally just like tap into it, and obviously I've got like these, I've got dimples either side, very strange, but it kind of gives me like an indication of where I need to put contour and stuff like that. So I've just been following that line, but I feel like you can go overboard with this quite quickly. It's kind of like blush, like you don't need a lot of it, but then because it's so natural, if you don't use too much of it, then can you even see it? Like I'm not sure. It's a bit of a weird one, to be fair. It's another thing with like using too much of it as well. It's so easily done, but I feel like the colours there, I'm not sure if I like it. I wanted to like it. I feel like the colour's really nice. I mean, I guess it is like really natural and you can kind of see it, but it's, I don't know, I feel like I'm not sold. Do you know what, I'm going to do my highlighter. I'm just going to use the same Pixi highlighter that I always use, because honestly this is the best highlighter in the world. It's just not too obvious on the skin. Like it does look like you've just got like a really healthy foundation on, or your skin is just like a slight bit glowy. I don't feel like it's got like a ton of glitter and stuff, and it has just been my like go-to ever since I bought it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my brows off camera because I feel like brows are just boring to watch. So I'm gonna go and do my brows, come back, and then we will do something with the eyes. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to use, and this is going to be my eyes now. So I have the Beauty Bay EYN Berry Matte eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take the really cool tone brown here, which is called Soul Search, and I'm going to just buff this into my crease. And I just wanted to create something really simple but glam at the same time, so I'm going to just start by buffing this into the crease. And when I used this before, I did notice that a lot of the colours don't come off at all like what they do in the pan. Like that kind of gives me more of like a burgundy kind of look when I put it onto my eye, which is really weird because obviously here that is very cool toned brown, but then when I pop it here, it looks a bit, I mean, I know it's called a berry matte palette and it kind of gives me that vibe, but it just looks a lot more brown in the pan. So yeah, I think that's a bit weird, to be honest with you, but they still blend fine. Yeah, I just find it a bit strange. If it was actually that colour, it would be such a nice colour. Like it just comes off very berry shade. Berry shade? Very much a berry shade. Like 100%. I'm then just going to go into Powder Plum, which is just this one right here. Pat this shade just into the inner corner. And then I have the same palette, but this is the shimmer one. So I think that I'm going to use Reflect. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm just going to pop that onto the lid. I feel like with Christmas makeup looks, like you can have obviously like red ones, gold ones, silver ones. Like it really depends what you consider Christmas, but I just consider it as like, a lot of the time I will think just glittery eyeshadow with a red lip. That's what like my idea of Christmas is. But you can literally do whatever you want. Like it's completely up to you. It's whatever you think Christmas looks like. But it would be fun to do like maybe like a green look, or you could do a red look, red eyeshadow with more of a nude lip. And then I'm just going to go back in with the first brush that we used, just to sort of like buff around in the colour back a little bit. Okay, so the next thing that I picked up was the NYX brow pomade, right? But I wanted to use this as a eyeliner because my eyes are just not really getting on with eyeliner, so I thought maybe a brow pomade might be a little bit easier on the eye. And then I also saw Kylie Jenner doing it as well, and she made it look really good, so I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to give it a go, and if it doesn't work then it doesn't work. So okay, so it just looks like this. Now it's not like black, kind of looks like a more grey black. Right, okay, so I just did that and tried to do it as like neat as possible. To be fair, it's probably good for me because I do have sensitive eyes, but if you don't have sensitive eyes then it's probably best to just use normal eyeliner. I don't feel like it was that tricky, but they're definitely not the same. I mean, when are they ever the same? But if you are going out and you want to do that, just make sure you set it with like a black eyeshadow or something, just because otherwise you might get a bit of transfer. But I'm just going to leave it like that for the minute, and I'm going to go back in with the shade Soul Search from the Berry Matte palette, and I'm just going to start to run that underneath the eye. And I'm going to take this like just to the middle part as well. I'm not going to run it all the way across. And then, so basically I picked up the L'Oreal Paris Lait Chocolate. Well, it's in the shade Bittersweet, so I picked up this, and it's a really nice cool tone brown, but I don't feel like it's going to work with this look because it's a little bit more of a warm tone, so I'll use that for another video. I need some sort of like berry lip. I feel like I've got a gloss somewhere, I might use that. Okay, so I have the Olivia Hale from Home Bargains. This is just a lip gloss in Velvet Berry, and even though this look is a lot more like autumny, sometimes like berries and stuff like that do remind me of Christmas. Okay, so I feel like this is literally like not very Christmassy in the slightest, but I feel like this is going to be perfect for like a Christmas party or something like that. I feel like I just find like glosses, I feel like I have to talk like this. I feel like it's going to go on my teeth. But yeah, I feel like you could wear this to a Christmas party or something like that, even Christmas Day if you wanted to. I feel like it's just more of a subtle berry type look, but for some reason this type of thing just kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of Christmas / New Year's Eve when you have like a little bit more of colour on your lip and just sparkles on the eye. Yeah, so the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I've been absolutely loving this. This has such a nice smell to it. It has a really nice like mister on it as well. Like it barely feels like it's touching your face. And I really do feel like it sets down the makeup really, really nicely. I love it so much. The nicest mister ever. Like, I've seen so many people talk about this and I've been like, oh right, okay, yeah, Morphe. But I've honestly never had a setting spray like that just feels so nice on the skin. I feel like it sets your makeup nicely, it feels nice on the skin, and it gives you a bit of a like nice glow as well. I just really, really like it. So that is the finished look. I don't know what the hell is going on with my hair today. It's driving me up the wall. But that is the end of this look. A lot of the stuff I'm really happy with. The Pixie contour powder, I want to like it. I feel like if I had a different brush, even just using like the highlighting brush that I usually use, that would probably be perfect because it's like more kind of like defined. Yeah, I feel like that might work a little bit better. Maybe I'll just keep practicing with it. I feel like the colour's really nice, especially if you're really pale. It could definitely work, but for some reason it's just not working for me at the minute, and I think that is probably the brush size. I hope that you're having a lovely day. If you are new to my channel, then consider subscribing if you enjoy anything beauty related, and if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.